Yeah, it's not a double stream. This is a Twitch only stream. I don't know why YouTube decided nope. Oh well. No, I'm not ready to do that yet. That's probably weird to listen to. So typically when I practice this, I don't actually do the glissandos, but because you guys are here, I did. I did them gently because that can really burn the fingers, and I'm not using the picks right now to save my fingers. So yeah. But yeah, I typically will I'll even leave the harp up and I will just practice the pedals. You probably heard some of it. And some of that is literally that fast with the pedals. There is a section, for those who are musically literate, I will show you. There is a section. So those big 2s and 3s and 8s and all that, that's just numbers of rests that I just don't have anything, so they group them together to save paper. So like in here, where I have gliss, 2 measures, 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 gliss, 4 measures, gliss, and we're doing a cut, so I'm going from here down to here, which is another gliss, and then 2 measures and a gliss, 4 measures, gliss, here, and then we're jumping over here, which is another gliss. So that section, the pedals are not small changes, and it is literally 2 measures rest, fast measures, and it better be ready because that's when it is. Whoosh! Let's go. So yeah, picks for sure. Save the fingers because the strings will just tear them apart. So yeah, that's fun. Probably be good to practice this one. Steel and Noct. Sometimes I like to practice it incorrectly, which sounds like a really bad idea, and it sort of is. But not as bad as it sounds. So I'm playing from a piano part, but there's certain parts that he has designated as being for harp, and the piano does not play. And then certain parts the piano plays and I do not play. But sometimes I like to just play all of it when I'm practicing. Which is just good to work on my skills. I just realized this is turned way down. Sorry. I'm doing bad with this. So the piano parts, I have them, but I'm not supposed to play them. And then there's parts that are designated for harp that I am supposed to play. Sometimes I'll play the other parts that aren't mine. The only downside really is just using up my time for things I don't need to be practicing. Because it is good for my reading and playing skills. Plus, I grew up listening to this, so it also like feeds my soul, so there's that. Yes, this is the Mannheim Steamroller arrangement of Silent Night, or Stille Nacht. I grew up listening to this, and so being able to play it in orchestra this weekend and previous years, I love it so much. Good to see you. Hi. Merry Christmas. that so much. So yeah, I know I used a little bit of clickbait in the title tonight. Thank you so much. Thank you. I used a little bit of clickbait in the title tonight. I said second to last stream. We do indeed have one more stream after this one. In 2 weeks, I will be streaming again, similar time. And that will be the last stream of 2024. So, I'll be back in 2025. Probably be a little bit before I'm back. In true form, I can't stick with the schedule. Things are crazy. But I like having things to do, so I keep doing it. Thank you so much for trying to help us limp self-portrait. But I'd rather have real followers than bots. Thanks. What you gonna do? Nothing I can do. Okay. I think I'm fine on All Holy Night. So I am practicing right now for concerts I'm doing this weekend. I'm also going to switch to practicing for Christmas Eve because there's a major performance I'm doing then as well. I've been working on that music for a while. Yeah, and that's the end of the concert. Okay, cool. So we're gonna jump back to Christmas. Why is it not scrolling? There we go. Yep, so we're going to do Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairy again. And then we'll switch to that other music I was just talking about. Some news I promised I would talk about as well. Let me take a moment to do that. So there are no saxophones in my setup right now. I usually have 2. I haven't played them on stream, even when I was streaming for a very long time. Probably a year. And a big part of that is I broke one of my saxophones. I broke one of my saxes. Very sad. And the other one was just getting older, and the wear and tear on it, it was just, I was really noticing it. So I took it to the shop to get worked on, and the technician looked at my alto, was like, oh, this is a really nice alto, good horn. And he's looking at everything. He's like, man, it leaks everywhere. Like, a lot needs to be done. It needs to be an overhaul. He told me the price, and honestly, it looked like he didn't expect me to take it, but I was like, nope, let's do it. This has been in the family for a while. Let's just do it. Like, it's still got good bones. Like, go for it. I've got money set aside for this. Like, that's why I'm here. Then he looked at my soprano, and unfortunately, it's a brand that they can't get parts for, and so they won't work on it, because if they can't get parts, they don't want to risk getting in a situation that they can't put it back, which I completely understand and respect. He even took a little bit of time, because I was like, the big problem, like, that's the one I, like, broke. The other one was just old. And so I knew there was a chance it wouldn't be fixable, like, depending on what exactly went wrong. I was like, I don't know this kind of stuff a technician would. So he looked at it, and he's like, okay, it's definitely binding on the register key. So he'd like, let me see if just a little bit of work I can do something. And I had tried a little bit. So if it was going to be an easy fix, I probably would have been able to do it. But he messed with it for a few minutes and then came back and was like, it's not going to be that easy a fix, and this is our policy, is we don't work on this brand. So just handed it back to me. And, you know, he pointed out other Other shops in the area are going to have similar policies, but you're welcome to check it out and see if someone will do it. But that's sort of where you are. And then my husband was like, well, if we're basically between throwing it out or doing something, well, I looked online first to see if I could find anywhere that would do it or if I could get parts from this company. I could not find anything. So he decided to try it, and mixed success. Some things were able to get fixed, and some things it seemed like we couldn't figure out how to fix that, and then try something else, and you know, all these like step forward, step back kind of situations of how do you get everything together so that everything's a step forward. So it appears I no longer have a soprano sax. But my alto is going to be fabulous when I get it back. Like, I will have never played it in this condition before because everything was original on it except for, like, the cork that I replaced and did not do a fabulous job on. Everything else is totally original. So I'm excited to have it actually, like, seal up properly and not have clinking sounds because of metal hitting metal. Stuff like that. So I'm excited to have that. I've also been working on gear for the stream. Got some new stuff. This isn't even open yet. That's how new this is. So this pedal will allow me to use... Can I even move this? Yes, I can. My looper, which again hasn't been used on stream in a while. I like that I can use it by hand, but I also like... I knew when I bought it, it could work with a pedal. So I got a pedal to work with it. This has multiple functions that it can do, but it needed a special cord to be able to do all the multiple functions. So, you know, that's how it goes. You buy one thing, you're not done there. You gotta buy more. But I'm excited about that. Being able to do some more dynamic looping. Okay, I have delayed long enough. Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairy, and then the rudder. Big, hard one I gotta work on tonight. So. I was gonna say wish me luck. I don't believe in luck. Let's do it. Try? No. There is no try. Do or do not. Thank you for the kind words, Carrie. So I literally was staring at this pedal marking, being like, don't forget the C. And I put my foot on the pedal, and then when it's time to do it, I'm just like, yeah, do it. And I didn't do it. And then I'm like, why do those notes sound wrong? Oh, because I literally just didn't do it. So we're going to go back a little bit and actually do the C sharp pedal, C natural pedal. I just had an awesome realization. Welcome back, Aaliyah Cam. I just had an awesome realization. I don't know if you heard about the saxophone situation. Thank you. I do need to play it again. I gotta not let myself get carried away with the nerves and all that I speed up and then I mess it up and then it's just a spiral of stress leads to speed, leads to mess up, leads to stress, leads to speed, leads to mess up. So, gotta not do that. But yeah, I don't know if you heard about the saxophone situation. So my alto getting completely overhauled. It's gonna be amazing, evidently. Like, I thought it was a good horn, but like hearing the technician talk about this is a really good horn. I'm like, yes, okay, I was right. And it's been in the family through multiple people, so that'll be cool to like hear it the way it's supposed to be and feel it and all that the way it's supposed to be. My soprano, the one that I knocked over on stream, I broke it and basically it can't be fixed. Long story short, multiple attempts in different ways and it can't be fixed. It is a lost cause. But the realization I just had while playing that. So my daughter wants to do trombone. There may or may not have been little seeds being planted since she was very little because someone else really enjoyed learning trombone in college. I would love to have a trombone and has considered buying trombones when they've been on sale at different stores and had to hold herself back because she has so many instruments. But you know what? If we're getting a trombone for her, and I don't have a soprano sax anymore, like I could go buy another soprano sax, or I could like get a trombone, like maybe this is the solution. Maybe this is a sign that I need to buy a trombone now. It's time. Yes. No, I'm gonna, exactly. Like, if I have one and she has one, like, it's gonna be so much better, right? And on stream, then I'll have, like, a low instrument I could play along with. Plus a higher one with the alto. See, it just makes sense. And, for you non-musical people out there, this might not make sense, but I'm gonna try to explain it. So different instruments, some of them, when they say they're playing a C, it doesn't necessarily sound like my C. That's just for ease of reading the music and being able to move from different instruments because the fingerings are similar, even though the actual note coming out is different. So like when you play a saxophone, if you play a soprano, and you play a G, and you play an alto, you play a G, you play... This is musician math, exactly. You play like a tenor or a bari. They're all saxophones, they all play a G the same way, but the sound isn't actually the same. It's for ease of that. You can read the music instead of having to learn all new, like, oh, this fingering that I know well is now this other thing. So these instruments call notes different things. Well, alto sax is in the key of E flat compared to my instrument and pianos and violins and things like that. Trombone is, and that's also a treble clef instrument, like the top of the piano. It's that. Trombone is the bottom, and they're in B flat, and those end up being in such a way that if you read the alto part, like the alto sax part, as if it was a trombone part, it will sound right. Like you can play together, alto, sax, and trombone. You can play off the same music and it sound good together. So there's that too. There's that. I could like play some of my like alto duets. Alto and trombone. No, they are B flat, but because they're in the bass clef, if you look at the treble clef music, so like the middle line of treble clef is a B flat, the middle line of bass clef is a D. Because of the transposition from B flat to E flat, it ends up that them playing a D is the same as an alto sax playing a B. This is where the math comes in. But you can trust me, it works. Yes. They're B flat and bass clef, E flat and treble clef. It ends up, the lines end up lining up. The lines and spaces. Crazy. Yeah, I only just realized it recently because I follow a lot of band directors. It hit me recently. I was a band director, and now I'm like, oh, I'm sort of like going back to those days watching all these other band directors. But one of them that I really like, she was talking about this, that you can like play an alto sax and a trombone like can play together off the same music. And I was like, wait, what? And so I like did the math to like check, would that actually work? Like I believed her, but I was like, I have to know for sure that this isn't like somebody else messed up the math. No, it's real. It's real. So I'm so excited. Yeah. So, see, one more sign. I just need to get a trombone for me, trombone for her. It'll be great. It's settled. It's settled. Okay, let's play this song again. Now that I've talked myself into buying something. It is very cool. What color should I do? Sepia, grays, funky, or blue? Or a combination? What should I do? What should I do? I want to do some color. Sepia and funky. There we go. Okay, we're gonna figure out if I like it, if we like it better with me getting faster at the end and ripping it out, or slower at the end. That was getting faster. I was getting faster, like right at the end. I'm gonna try it again, but getting slower right at the end. I'm gonna try getting slower a little sooner. Ooh. Ooh, I like that. I also liked ripping it out. What do you guys think? I'll do it again. So that was... dragging it out or ripping it out. Here we go. I'm gonna try the ripping it out again. Hey, I got a Pokemon. I don't know. I don't know what I think. You're not sure either. You like the dragging it out. I feel like it fits the character of the piece better. I think. I also think it sort of fits with my whole, like, don't try to go too fast so that you can actually play it correctly. It goes with that too, so that might be the best choice for me. So let's try it that way again. I did it backwards. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna go with that. We're gonna go with slowing down in that last set. Okay, let's do it again to get it in the head. Yeah, that works. Boom, we decided. Thank you guys for your help. Now, thank you. We are going to move on to a much harder piece. I just gotta find it. Where are you? I know you're here. There it is. F sharp only. Here we go. Going to do that part again because that didn't go as well as I had hoped, and that's not the hard part. So, you might have been able to tell from my stressed face. You might have been able to tell from the look on my face as I was stressed out about different parts, or parts that I'd have to like stop and start over. The easiest parts are beginning and the end. And a little bit like 3/4 of the way through. But it's not even really like the very, very end. Right before that, I've worked really hard on that part too. That's where it gets easy. And I still messed it up. The pass off between the hands I messed up. I tried to just work with it and make the other things land where they're supposed to, but I did mess that transition up. But yeah, getting all the stuff happening there is not the easiest either. But that's not what needs the most practice. It needs some. It's this middle part that I've not quite gotten in my hands. So for that part I was talking about at the end, I did a lot of work just left hand to figure out what fingerings would be good, what I need to do with pedals. So I think that's what I need to do in this section as well. Oh, that part wasn't... Yeah. Without pedals. Might sound crazy, but I'm going to do it without pedals. That way I'm not relying on my ear to tell me if I'm right. I have to check the strings. Nope. Now with petals. Okay, I think I need to play something else and then come back. So, what are we gonna play? Whew. What do we want? Do we want Christmas? Do we want not Christmas? Maybe we want a different instrument altogether. Too bad I don't have everything hooked up for looping. This would be a perfect time for it. Loop it up. Here we go. Christmas. Ooh, G sharp. Let's see. What? What is... It's D. Yep, I guess you do see like this. I love singing that. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I saw those emotes come through. Thank you so much for those. They helped me know you guys were enjoying it. I think I'll do one more. Maybe we'll do an oldie. Oh! Oh, I also didn't, oh, thank you. I also didn't point out, it's hard to tell what this basket is from this angle, but I gotta show you guys. So it's full of instruments, but the fun part is, can you tell what it is? It's a sleigh! Yeah, so I had it here originally, a sleigh full of toys. Exactly. So I had it here, but this basket is bigger than this one, plus on stream you can't see this one anyway, so like the angle was right, but the location wasn't good. So I messed with this mantle so much because I wanted it to look good in person, but also on stream. And yeah, it was like, well, I can't get the sleigh facing the right way, but we know it's a sleigh. And in the room, people can see it's a sleigh, and at least you guys can see I have lots of little instruments there we can play with. Since I brought it up, I gotta show you what some of them are. So we've got a triangle. Sandblocks. Maracas, of course. Got multiple types of wood blocks. We've got sticks, and one of them is ribbed, so you can get this sound in addition to just hitting. Eggies. Kazoo. Castanets. We're all set. Plus we have a bell. We've got my 2 types of flutes. And back here standing up, at some point I'll play that for you. Not tonight. It has a ginormous reed. It's from Afghanistan. It has a ginormous reed. It takes forever to soak it, and it's very hard to play. But at some point, we'll do it. I just gotta decide that before stream and get the reed soaking beforehand. Okay, we're gonna do What Child Is This? There we go. What child is this? It's actually a duet that I'm playing for Christmas Eve. So, played it through a couple times because I need to practice that as well. Bonus. My nose is bugging me, so I'm going to blow that, and then we're going to go back to the rudder and work on that a bit, and that might be the end of stream. So, just giving you a heads up that might be it. To anyone lurking or who missed it, the explanation of my title. Hey, I caught another Pokemon. Man, I'm catching a bunch tonight. The explanation of the title is just, this is second to last stream in 2024. I'll be back in 2 weeks. Next Saturday's pretty busy. Following one, I'm available. Following one after that, I'm not. And then it's 2025. Boom, there we are. It's possible I might do like a sneak in a special one or something, not on a Saturday, but you never know with me. Could it happen? Of course. Could it totally not happen and I just practice without streaming? Yep. My back's hurting. I don't know if I'm sitting funny or if it's just because I'm using it so much. But let's do the rudder. I think we'll start by diving right into that hardest part, working on it, and then we'll try the whole piece. See if we can do it. I know it's not at tempo. That's a goal I have this next week, is get it at tempo and play it with recordings. I've done some playing with recordings, like that opening I've played several times with recordings, and the ending, well, the 3/4 part, that really easy part, I've done that with recordings. But this middle part I've just not gotten in my hands. So we're going to get that in my hands. And then we'll start doing it with recordings, so I can hear other parts going on and practice looking up for a conductor and things like that. Because it's not actually just solo. There's going to be plenty of follow the harpist, but I don't want to be completely buried in the music. That's not good. So we're going to start in the middle. Yeah, I'm going to start right up here at this. So we'll already have those pedal changes. markings in here. I'm just making up how I want to play it. Okay, let's try to pay attention. So Carrie, I looked up and saw your question and was like, oh yeah, I forgot about them again. We're gonna try again to remember them. Okay. I did it. So we had mezzo forte to start, then we got quieter, and then we got back to mezzo forte, and then we had a crescendo up to forte, and then we pulled back to mezzo forte. Yes, I did. I did it. Pull back to mezzo forte, and it wants it to be, they want it to be elegant. And then we had a ritardando, which I didn't even notice before, and a decrescendo all the way down to piano, and then we come back in with a tempo, mezzo piano, up a little bit from the piano. So, yay! Gotta think about those now too. I'm actually just realizing, like, I haven't been thinking dynamics like the entire piece, so we have that to look forward to. Okay, go play this one more time, and then we'll start. Actually, let's back it up a smidgen bit. Play that whole bit. Yeah. Play that whole bit, and then start from the beginning. Here we go. Yep, I haven't been doing that. The page turn transition. Here we go. not good enough to start at the beginning. Hey, it's better than our first run through. It is better. I need to slow down my Pokecheck. It comes in too soon. No one even has time to see the Pokemon showed up. Okay, thank you guys for hanging out with me, making sure I practice this. Yeah, we've got concerts tomorrow in Maryland, and then again on Tuesday. And next week, I'm really diving more into this music, getting it nice and solid. It was cool, even though like I fell apart in part of it, I didn't get lost. Like I knew exactly where I was, I just couldn't get my fingers on to play. But I was able to like keep track of where I was in the music, so I didn't lose anything, which is really, really good. And I was able to mostly keep my left hand going, and then I was able to get right back in. So that was big. I managed to do a lot, and I noticed dynamic markings in other places, and some poco ralentandos and things like that happening throughout the music. So, lots of good tonight. Thank you guys for helping me do that. Let me see if there's someone to raid this night. I'm sure there's someone. I mean, it's Twitch. There's got to be somebody. Right? Seems likely. Somebody's got to be out there streaming. Hey, that's my face. We're not raiding that person. They stole my face. Excuse me. Astrovert is on. I did notice that. That might be where we go. Maggie seems to always be doing reactions. Is that just what she does on Saturday nights? Is that why? Yeah, we'll go see Astrovert. He's great and spacey like me. Cool. Credits, there we go. Thank you guys again for being here. It is fun to do this with you guys. Instead of playing all by my lonesome. I'll get the raid set up. You like my rocket harps? Oh, thank you. Okay, so the second one has emotes that I'm the only one that can do them, so sorry about that. But the first one, you guys can use those. Thank you guys for being here. See you guys in 2 weeks.